Good morning, students. Welcome to lecture 9 of module 3 operational amplifiers. We will see another application of the operational amplifier, that is subtractor or difference amplifier. Like add a circuit which will add the two input voltages and give the output voltage, it is possible to perform subtraction of two input voltages with the help of op-amp circuit called subtractor or difference amplifier. To find the relation between input and output, we will use superposition principle. According to this, the total output voltage produced by the input voltages is equal to sum of the voltages that are produced by this inputs when they are considered individual. Now, the meaning of this is that let V output 1 be the output with input connected to the inverting terminal. Clear? That is, I will be getting one particular output, that is V output 1, if I give the input only to the inverting terminal. And let V output 2 be the output when input is connected only to the non-inverting terminal. So according to the superposition principle, the total output voltage will be sum of this two output voltages, which are the resultant outputs when we are considering input only to the inverting terminal once and the non-inverting terminal for the other case. Clear? Now we'll see the corresponding circuits with respect to the explanation. So this particular circuit here is the overall circuit for the major circuit for the subtractor or the difference amplifier. Now you can see here we have V1 and V2. We have additional input resistance R2 and I2, and to point B I have connected an RF going to ground. Clear? So if you see this particular circuit, I am going to consider only V1, keeping V2 grounded, and check the V output 1. And again, for the next case, I'll consider only V2 and keep V1 at ground and see what will be the output expression. Clear? Now let us just consider. Now let us just consider that V2 is 0. That is, I will ground V2. So I will only apply V1. Now the circuit will operate as an inverting amplifier. Now you can see to the inverting amplifier, input is given to the inverting terminal, the non-inverting terminal is grounded. Now this particular output, when I'm going to give V1 to inverting terminal and V2 is grounded, the output what I get is V output 1. Now if you see this circuit is behaving like an inverting amplifier. Now the output of an inverting amplifier is equal to minus RF by R1 into V in. So what is V in here in this particular circuit? V in is equivalent to V1. So therefore we directly got the expression for V output 1, which is equal to minus RF by R1, which is equal to V output 1 is equal to minus RF by R1 into V1. Now the next condition is I have to consider only V2 and V1 should be grounded, and let us see what will be the output expression. So when you consider that V1 to be 0, that is grounded, and only V2 is given. Now we know that when V2 is given to the non-inverting terminal and the inverting terminal is grounded, this entire circuit will operate as a non-inverting amplifier. So here I will not be able to write the equation directly because I need to do the entire derivation once for all. Let the voltage at node B is equivalent to VB. By virtual ground concept, whatever voltage appears here, the same voltage will appear at node A. Now we will apply voltage divider rule at the loop V2 to find this particular voltage VB. To find this particular voltage VB. Now before that, let us see what is the definition of the voltage divider rule. So the voltage divider rule states that voltage at a particular point is equal to the voltage in the same branch multiplied by the resistance in the other branch divided by the sum of the resistances. See here, voltage at one particular point is equal to the voltage in the same branch multiplied by the resistance in the other branch divided by sum of the resistances. So here, when I want to apply that voltage divider rule for this particular circuit to find the VB voltage, please here to find the particular VB voltage. So the voltage VB will be equivalent to voltage in the same branch multiplied by the resistance in the other branch, that is RF, this particular resistance is RF. So the voltage at this particular point VB will be equivalent to voltage in the same branch, that is V2, into resistance in the other branch divided by sum of the resistances, that is R2 plus RF. So we got the expression for VB, which is equal to V2 into RF divided by R2 plus RF. Moving ahead, we can see that now we'll write the expressions for these two currents. Let us write the expressions for these two currents. That is, I1 is moving from VA to ground. So what is the voltage at ground? Ground voltage is 0. So I1 is equal to VA minus 0 by R1. So that is VA minus 0 by R1. We get VA by R1, which will be equivalent to VB, because VA is equivalent to VB by virtual ground. So VB by R1. Now similarly, if I write the equation for this particular current that is moving from V output 2 to VA, so I will get an expression V output 2 minus VA by RF, which is equivalent to V output 2 minus VB by RF. Clear? So what you have to remember is, when we are considering V2 and grounding V1, the output voltage what we get is V2, V output 2. Clear? So when we go in further, we can see when we equate both the equations, that is current entering the node is equivalent to current leaving the node, V output 2 minus VB by RF is equal to VB by R1. V output 2 by RF is equal to VB by RF plus VB by R1. That is, I am shifting all the VB terms, that is minus VB by RF, to the right hand side. When it comes to the right hand side, I will get VB by RF plus VB by R1. Now when I take VB common and simplify this particular circuit, I will get R1 plus RF divided by R1 into RF. RF and RF gets cancelled. I have R1 plus RF by R1 into VB. So I have got the expression for V output 2 also. Now once we have got the expressions for both V output 1 and V output 2, now here in this particular equation, we had already found the expression for VB. So let us substitute the expression for VB here, that is V2 into RF divided by R2 plus RF into R1 plus RF by R1. Now we know that by the superposition principle, the total output voltage will be equivalent to V output 1 plus V output 2, right? So here When I consider V output 1, that is nothing but Rf by R1 V1 plus, so here, sorry, there's a mistake. So it is minus Rf by R1 V1 plus this particular thing, that is Rf by R2 plus Rf into R plus Rf by R1 into V2. Now let us choose, if you see this particular set where R2 plus Rf and I have R1 plus Rf. Let me choose R1 equivalent to R2. So I will replace R2 as R1. Wherever I see R2, I will replace it as R1. So when I replace it, these two terms will get cancelled out. So I will be left out with Rf by R1 into V1 minus this minus Rf this minus Rf by R1 V1 plus Rf by R1 into V2. So when I rearrange this particular equation, I will get minus Rf by R1 V1 plus Rf by R1 V2. Now if I rearrange negative side this side, so I will take Rf by R1 common. So if I assume V out is equal to Rf by R1 into V2 minus V1, I will take all the resistance values to be same, that is Rf equal to R1 equal to R2. I will get the output voltage which is equivalent to V2 minus V1. So now you can see here this particular output voltage is the output voltage expression for the subtractor. So whatever two input voltages you apply, it will subtract both of them and you will get the output voltage. This concludes the topic. Thank you.